Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Now, Jenna, don't be a hypocrite. You told Brian that she forgave Aaron too fast, but here you are having coffee the next day with Cy after you confronted her or she confronted you about the I hate you comment. Then at coffee, you're gonna tell her, a lot of people have told me you say stuff about me behind my back, and you didn't even hold her feet to the fire. She did not apologize. Y'all didn't go into it. Y'all didn't get specifics. It was like you missed a moment. And this episode needed it. Right, besties? Because, honey, this was nothing but a filler episode. Hey, besties. Welcome to Behind the Shade. Let's throw some shade, honey, and get into another episode of Real Housewives of New York, season 15, but season 2 of the reboot. It's episode 2. You can run, but you can't ride. And I don't even get it because if you watch the show, nobody wanted to ride. Or you can run, but you can't. I don't even know where that title came from. But anyway, let's get into it, honey. Let me know what you rate this episode. It seemed like excuse me. It seemed like a filler episode to me. It's too soon for a filler episode. I heard the ratings for last week's season premiere's episode was low, like in the 300,000s. I don't know. I feel like they needed a few of the OGs maybe to mix in with the new girls because these girls are not giving. They're not giving with this season, with this franchise needs. People are doing stuff off camera, telling people don't say that on camera. Everything happens after taping. It's like, wait a minute. Wait, isn't this a reality show? So let's get into it because it's pretty. It was an episode. So Uba meets Aaron and Aaron's mom. They're at a high-end wig shop, and Aaron's mom is battling cancer, as we know. She told us last week. So in solidarity for her upcoming treatments and all, Aaron went to get a haircut. Her mom's hair hasn't started falling out, but she just started treatment that day. So she's gonna cut her hair, for now. She's gonna trim it. So, and that's what we like. Anyway, we learn also that Aaron is her mom's only child. All the other siblings are her father's kids from his second marriage. Didn't know that. Okay, so Uba and Aaron, they talk while her mom is trying on wigs, and Uba was the first person Aaron called about her mom's diagnosis and leans on her for support because Uba lost her mom. So, but they're really close. So I guess Uba doesn't mind. So Aaron says how she can't lean on her husband Abe for support because he betrayed her. And so that has added more stress onto Aaron. So she's rambling about it without telling us what's going on. So me and Uba we can't give her any advice. Sorry for the throat choking. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sick, but it's still like residue from it still left. So get to talking, get to choking, get to whatever. Let's just go on through. We're gonna make it do what it do. So she was rambling. So me and Uba, we can't give her advice. We trying to hook the sister up and tell her what she need to do, but she rather suffers in silence. So whatever, Aaron, we ain't got time. Cy and Jenna meet for coffee. They discuss Cy's feelings about Bren. But first, they discuss the kids. Jenna's son is getting ready to go off to college next year, and her daughter London is looking at schools also. So they're just kind of talking about that. So about Sai's feelings about Brienne, she was hurt. She was hurt that Brienne talks about her behind her back. Okay, but you do the same thing, Sai. So she, she was telling Jenna that she hated her. Well, Jenna says, other people have told her things that Sai says too. And, so Jenna's advice to Sai is do not dig a friendship with her. And so I was like, well, what does that mean? Don't dig a friendship. So it means don't end the friendship. And it's like, why you just couldn't say that, Jenna? Goodness. So Sai says that Brienne won't talk to her. She sent her a text, and Brienne left her on red, honey. And that is the ultimate disrespect, honey. Don't you be ignoring me. I don't like being ignored either. Um, so Jenna thinks that they need a face to face. Side doesn't. She said Side didn't process what happened, and she's guarded, and so is Brienne. And she says so. What showed up at the party wasn't the soft part of Sai. So Sai said, "I'm trying. Sai's in therapy. She's working on herself, but she's like, I'm getting nowhere." So she says Brienne pops off and they all ignore it. And it's like she can call herself, Brienne calls herself carbon monoxide, odorless, invisible, sneaks up, sucks the life out of you, sneaks up on you, and is a unaliver, right? And so she said, we just all ignore her and it's just not cool. And so when Brienne is mad, she threatens people. So Jenna is really defending Brienne. And I don't know, is it because, Brienne heavily flirts with her, and maybe Jen likes it, or maybe does Jen have a little crush on her, or maybe it's just like feel sorry for her. Whatever it is, she's defending her a little bit. So Jen tells her, go to her, be soft, show some tenderness, and be vulnerable. Child, you are asking for a lot. So what else? Okay, so Aaron goes over to Brienne's child to talk about the Jeff Lewis interview. And I hope this is the last time we go back down this road because I'm tired of them showing that same clip. Can we get a different clip? Because what actually was wrong with what Aaron didn't even say nothing. So Britta's obviously bothered. Because she was going to give her some bottled water, because Aaron's coming over to her new house. The elevator don't work. It's broken. Aaron got to climb up all these stairs. By the time she get there, she's sweating because it's summer probably, and it's hot in New York. So Brad was going to make her bottle, give her some water from the bottle. She decided to give her tap water, honey. And then, the girls love dogs, right? She put her dog up somewhere and told Aaron that she was not gonna meet Sugar that day, that visit, maybe another time. It's like, girl, do you want to talk or not? Maybe they should have met on a mutual ground because Bryn was giving serious attitude, very bothered, and she kept saying, like, she's even unlocked the door so she didn't have to get up and let her in. Probably was avoiding being hugged or given a hug. So she's sitting on the couch with attitude. So Aaron comes in and she's just like, Brittany is like, so what's up? What's up? So Aaron was like, well, I'm saying I'm apologizing. Brittany tells her, well, you say I'm sorry, not I'm apologizing. Girl, you know what? Forget about it. How about that? You call me when you get the chip off your shoulder, you little attitudey, Rudy. So Aaron tells her, she goes into, I'm highly stressed. And, I just don't remember what I said at the party. And so Bryn was like, want me to remind you? Girl, stop being petty. So Aaron was like, you're being pretty condescending, I'm listening. That's what Bria said. I'm listening. So Aaron starts to tear up. She tells her she's defensive. She was just like, we're both, but my thing was, you guys were kind of at the party last week at Bryn's party. Y'all was kind of ganging up on her side and you, Aaron. So I see why she's defensive, but if you're trying to work it out, you need to be a little more humble. So she pretty much tells Aaron, like, well, no. Aaron admits, she said, I could have cut Jeff off with his shenanigans, because the comment was, who takes care of her? And so Jeff said, someone's giving her money or someone's taking care of her. And so all Aaron said was, you think so? And Jeff said, yes. So what? I'm just like, Brian, if you would come to the show and tell us what you actually do, if you came to the show and took us to work with you, if you would work from home, if you would discuss work, text about it, take calls from coworkers, we would know you worked and there wouldn't be an issue with people thinking that you are a woman of the night or whatever. But in Jeff's defense, he said someone is giving her money. Someone, as in one person, as in you just have someone is helping you. He didn't say you was wilding out and all over the place and anybody could get it. He alluded to one person is giving you money. One person, like a boyfriend, a family member, somebody, just one person. That was it. What else? Let's see. Talk about. And then Aaron apologizes. Bryn is crying. She says she is still embarrassed because people still ask her about it. Girl, ain't nobody asking you about your business and where you get your money. Don't nobody even care. Girl, you talking about what, 6 or 8 months later? Ain't nobody thinking about Real Housewives of New York. We have moved on. We was watching Jersey a couple of months ago. Knock it off. We was all in Jersey, girl. So then Bryn apologizes for making things awkward with Jenna. And she didn't try to break them. She said, I wasn't trying to break y'all up. She says Jenna asked her if she forgave Aaron. She said yes. Jenna was like, wow, that was quick, because what she said was messed up. But Sai said she dislikes you a lot. That's heavy too. And then you turn around and told Sai that people tell you all the time that she talks about you. So, and then boom, the next day y'all having coffee. So, what do you mean that was fast? Girl, Jenna, really? So, yeah, that was quick because what she said was messed up. I forgave Aaron because she says stupid crap about people's money, and says her and Jenna were in the same boat, and people are talking, people are talking about us. So, it's alluding to Aaron is on Jeff Lewis talking about Brent's money. And then Aaron is saying that, Jenna is poor and ain't got no money because her car broke down. Wow. Aaron, I don't know if you're aware of this, but vintage and classic cars, there's always something wrong with those cars. Something is always going to be wrong with them. They're very fragile pieces of machinery. And I don't know how long the drive is from New York City to the Hamptons, but maybe, Jenna, I don't think you should drive far in a vintage car. They're really just for like cruising a little bit. I know it seemed cute, but maybe that's the car you might want to leave in the Hamptons at your Hampton home and ride around town in that. But driving distances, not in a vintage car. Anyway, so Bryn says her ego was bruised because she feels like she did forgive Aaron too fast. Aaron didn't say anything about, about the ugh, I'm over it. Can we go move on? I'm so over it. Let me read these notes because I'm getting tired of talking about this Jeff Lewis interview. Um, so then Brian just ends it saying, just don't discuss people's money. Girl, Aaron says she will agree to disagree because, she didn't say anything on the Jeff Lewis interview. And we still don't know what Brian does for a living. She said something. Was it marketing, advertising, something? But that girl don't work. Girl, please. And if you do, take us to work. Show us something, a business card. Show us an email with your, just show us something. That's how you get in front of it. And like I'm saying, these new girls, they're doing reality wrong. Like you're supposed to share what you do for a living on a reality show. Why is that a big secret? Oh, brother. Ooh, they need to bring Sonya back, Dorinda, Luann, because they know how to shake the table, honey. They know how to say things. They'll blame it on their alcohol, and it will be a good time. So then Aaron tells her about her mom's health scare, and they cry, fake cry, because I didn't see a tear falling out that girl's face. But Brenda says, they're sisters, and she hates to see her like this. So Aaron says everyone needs her. She's like the kids, Abe, and it's really hard. So they clear the air, they have wine, and life is great again. Uh huh. Whew. Then Bren tells her that she served her tap water and wouldn't let her meet Sugar, the puppy. Oh God, you just like Bren, you like to just do stuff and then you like to tell them. Like you just ugh, ugh. She reminds me of Ashley from Potomac. Just petty LaBelle. Just petty. Petty Pendergrass. Okay. So Jenna goes rock climbing with her son and some friends. They talk about college. She wants him to go far away, like to UC Berkeley here in the Bay where I am, or Cal Poly in California, it's in Southern Cal. Um, she wants him out of his comfort zone, but is scared that he won't move back home. He won't come back. So then all of a sudden, honey, Miss Mams get a call that her brand new car has been delivered outside. And I'm gonna call it a driving machine, honey. So what pulls up is a $217,000 flying spur. Beautiful. Was it like a cognac brown or a burgundy? It was beautiful. But my question is, it was a Bentley, y'all, a Rolls Royce. You don't even need that in New York. Where you gonna store the car? Where you gonna park? You don't need that car. Why did you? Do y'all think production did that? Because I'm kind of. Or you think Jenna did that? Is it a test drive? Y'all, we need to go on Jenna's Instagram page and see if she got pictures with this car. Because it's like, are you like at your in your face to Aaron with her little smart remark? But the real question is, Jenna, effing lions, did you pay Aaron back? She spent that 200 and what she say, 58 or $68 on an Uber to get you back home. Did you pay her back? Child. Making a snarky comment towards Aaron, did you pay her back? Because other than that, until then, you are broke in Aaron's eyes. Oh, girl. The car is beautiful. So Aaron and Abe go to lunch. Girl, I could have punched Abe in his face. So Abe, so we find out what the big old betrayal is. Child, Abe done sold the Bitcoin. Now, he done it years ago. She's sitting there talking about she went on the account because she was thinking of paying her mortgage down with the money, and all the money was gone. Didn't tell us how much, but I'm gonna assume it was, in the six figures, right? You're trying to pay a mortgage or pay it down or something. Um, and that just baffled me. Like, how are you married to someone and you don't discuss finances? Bills come every day. All bills are due once a month. How did that go under the wire? Like, how did you miss that? Because something new is Bitcoin. That would be something I would check on every morning when I wake up. After I pray to God, let me check this Bitcoin. Let me see if this stuff's still there. So she wasn't mad enough to me. Just not, because something big needs to happen with them. And I'm not talking about the D word, but I'd understand. But okay, so she went to pay the mortgage off. The money was gone. Uh, in marriages that I know of, money is the top of the discussion. Okay, Abe. Um, so it makes you wonder who's in control, who pays the bills. Like, how does that happen? What is their arrangement? Does she take care of the kids and he take care of the household? Like, how does that even happen? Do they have separate accounts, maybe? But even with that, you still got to have one account together to pay bills, right? Child. So then we find out, child, he done sold the money, and then he sold it when it was low, like low, low. So he didn't make a profit. Oh, Abe. Then he had other bills from their previous business. Then they showed a flashback. They used to have a handbag line. I think it was his more than hers, but it flopped. And he had bills from that. But I'm not sure if he took the Bitcoin money to pay off those debts, or did he take the money to support this fake lifestyle that he's trying to give to Aaron. Besties, were you clear in what he took the Bitcoin money for? Um, it would I would assume to pay the debt from the business because that makes sense. But then we're dealing with somebody who doesn't make sense. And then he went into this whole thing about how they met. He was insecure because he didn't come from money. She comes from money from both parents. He doesn't. He was a little intimidated. And then she's all at the table talking about how she can oh, it was just this episode was so boring. It's so hard to review it because it was so boring. Okay, y'all. If the episode is boring, I'm not reviewing it because I am struggling. So, so then, y'all, I was wondering. They moved right from Tribeca to downtown, something uptown, downtown, whatever. Do y'all think because of all that money, the money problems, is why they had to move? I think so. Remember the kid was talking about the son, like, this place is small. We need a 2-story. And then Abe was like, we need a 3-story. Money is funny at that household. Money is funny. Okay. Money is funny, honey. I think they moved because they couldn't afford to stay where they used to live. So then he gives her some dumb excuse why he moved the way he moved, why he moves the way he does. He doesn't want to cause her more stress. Buddy, she's stressed. She's already stressed. You are stressful. But now he sees that it's not right. Really, Abe? Then he reminds her that they got married quick and they didn't even know each other. What? What? Huh? Then she's all saying how she didn't want to get married. Then why did you get married? She didn't want to get married, honey, because she was being flued out, honey. She didn't have to do bump or tickle to get flued out by the men's. She had a few. It was all good. As he feels pressure to kind of keep her at this certain standard of living. So that's why, and he said that he makes mistakes. So that's why I'm wondering, was the Bitcoin money to keep the lifestyle going, or did he use it to pay the bills from that last business? Because he doesn't seem responsible. So I need to know. It wasn't clear to me. Was it clear to you guys, besties? So I hear that they've been married 13 years, and she told him he needed to keep proving himself. Girl, he already yours. What does he need to prove anything to you for? Ugh. Boring. Good luck on that, Aaron. Uba and Sai meet at a clothing store. Uba says she is not liking how Brian and Aaron has gotten into it. Folks, she Uba cracked me up. She talking about folks twisting their words with no facts and running back telling other people's story. I was like, okay, that's a good way to read the girls, Uba. So Uba doesn't like Brian, doesn't think she has sorry. Uba doesn't think Brian has any loyalty because she told the group about her boyfriend before she wanted them to know. Girl, please, you was happy, you was in love. Okay, maybe she's right. Girl, give us some more, Uba. Give us something else, because that wasn't healthy enough. We need some fat. We need some real juice. What else has she said, girl? So Brian doesn't like. We figure, they figure, I figure, you figure. Brian doesn't like when the girls get close to each other, and so maybe this is her childhood trauma, and it shows up in her adult life as chaos, because Brian is, like she said, she's that carbon monoxide. She's all, she's the quirky, oh, I love, let's have fun, oh my God. Then she backstab you, talking crazy, planting, dropping bombs and just being carbon monoxide, So what is that about her? What is that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So some of the girls take a helicopter to the Hamptons and go into Aaron's house. And who was at the airport? It was, oh, such a boring episode. It was Brian, Jessel, and the new girl, Rebecca. So, honey, we know Rebecca will not be returning next season, and it's okay. Actually, she don't have to come back next week. Okay, so the girls they take a helicopter ride to the Hamptons, and Uba says she's gonna drive there. She would just rather drive, but she could be on her phone. She could make calls. She ain't got time for that. And so Sai is like, "Well, I'm a mother, so I'll ride with you." She's like, "Helicopter, no. Private jet, yes." But she's like, I ain't got time to be losing my life in no helicopter. I got kids to raise. So she's gonna ride with Uba. And I think, and Sai says Uba says she told Aaron. So I'm just guessing they're all gonna ride together. So yeah, so Sai's like, I'm not a helicopter girl. So Brian thinks Sai is avoiding her. That's why she don't want to come on a helicopter. Girl, you might be thinking a little bit too much of yourself, Brian, but that's what you're supposed to do. So Jenna forgot to tell them that she's not flying. They called her, and they like, "Where are you at?" And so she's like, so somebody asked her, "What is that stitching in your seat? Is that a Bentley?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I want to drive my new car." And she said, "Oh yeah, y'all know Raquel is driving too." So that's why the title of this episode is like, "You can run, but you can't ride." Who can't ride and what? You can't ride. I don't know. And I'm not even thinking about changing it. The title of this episode should be called Filler Episode. Woo! Gee. So Raquel gonna drive too. So and Brent was like, "Oh, I forgot about her." Brent, shut up. So it's just Brian, Jessel, and the new girl Rebecca. Who girl, child, girl. She is a Scientologist. And for some reason it's such a big deal in the celebrity community, right? So Brian asked her, so what do you want us to say if someone asks you about it, about being in Scientology? So Rebecca says, just say no comment. If they're interested, tell them to go watch the movie. What movie? Is that how you recruit more members to this cult? Or all the questions, all the answers are in the movie. What is what? What do you mean no comment? Rebecca, this is a reality show, girl. You have got to talk. We are here to see your life. If you're not going to share your cult, religion, whatever, why are you here? What is your why, Rebecca? What is your why? um so Jessel tells her people like talking about the religion because it's celebrity driven, and so she's like, yeah, and there's some cute people that are in Scientology, and then Jenna was like, my religion is ice cream and puppies. And then all of a sudden Jessel has to pee and puke all at the same time. And this boring episode ends. Whew, that was rough and tough. But we made it through, besties. Don't forget to hit the like. Please like the video. It was okay, right? Did I do okay? I did okay. It was tough though, because this was New York. I think next week is gonna get better because I think they're gonna be in the Hamptons, and I think I saw Brent and Uber gonna get into it. But they don't have the secret sauce for this show. They should have kept a few of the OGs, mixed some of the new G's, and then it would have been much better. Because for you to already have a filler episode on the second episode is weird. I could just think. Here's my prediction. If you brought in Luann, definitely Sonya and Dorinda, and then you had them with, I don't know, Aaron maybe, but Aaron can go. Definitely Jesso, definitely Psy. Uba would be good, and Bran. I don't even think they would need Jenna, but I would kind of want to see Jenna hang out with like Luann and see how that works. But get rid of Aaron. Mm-hmm. Get rid of Aaron and Raquel because we don't even know her all that well yet, and get rid of Rebecca. Mm-hmm. That's what's wrong with this show, and it's gonna fall flat. They might need to figure this out. I hope they're Bravo. Are you listening? Bravo people, as Funky Dineva say. Bravo people, are you listening? Do what I say and watch the numbers increase. But that's it for this episode, besties. My dog over here crying for attention. I'm getting ready to go watch Salt Lake City, honey. I will see y'all later. Bye, besties.